This program is brought to you by FreeKeen.com. FreeKeen.com features audio, video, and blogs chronicling the transition to a voluntary society. FreeKeen.com also has comments and discussion forums so you can be heard. FreeKeen.com.
He may not earn as many ounces of gold, or as I would prefer to say, grams of gold. I think we're going to go metric when we go free. It's much more sensible, don't you agree? And he may not do as well in one dimension like money, but he'll do better in another way, which is another dimension. I got two rich kids. One's doing pretty well money-wise. The other's got 4 children she loves. They've got a wonderful family. They're much richer, in a sense, than he is. You see, there are different ways of looking at success, and these are choices. The other reason is that throughout 10,000 years of history that we've had governments, there's been an enormous degree of waste in aggregate.
No.
Yes, I swear it's true. And I know it's true because from time to time you hear actual politicians saying so.
And it must be true.
They elect me, they will say, I will stop government waste. Well, how could they stop it if there wasn't any waste to begin with?
That's just one word too many. That's just one word too many. I will stop government. Just stop there. I will stop government and forget about the waste. Yeah, I'll take care of the waste.
So if you add it up, I'm not sure that waste equivalents to government, but I think it does. And it is an enormous amount over the ages. I took a look not long ago at the use of the agricultural surplus. This is what is produced by a society over and above what it needs to eat. Okay. Now, in every age until about the 18th or 19th century, this was a slim sliver.
Oh, yeah.
There wasn't much.
And it varied between surplus and deficiency,
yeah.
right?
But, I think, did you mention Doug Casey? Was it
yes.
You? Yeah. He's right, because in ancient Egypt, 3,000 years of zero progress, heavily governed, dramatic amount of waste. You can see it's still there. It's very well built waste. It's that sort of shape. Total waste. Nothing. If that society had plowed back even 0.5% of its product by means of individual reinvestment decisions, I'd like to do that job in my field a little more efficiently. Something like that. I'll get a machine. I'll design a machine to do that. Then the amount of economic growth that would have resulted.
But good Lord, who would have killed all those Assyrians?
What?
Who would have killed the Assyrians?
Yes, the Assyrians might even have done better. They would have been on the moon before the Roman Empire even started. If they'd wanted to go, that was.
Well, they actually have shown that they did have machines, I don't know if that's the right word, but they found artifacts on Long Island. They found artifacts and that they recreated them in a larger size that flew.
That did what?
That flew. So they had the technology for gliders that they've been able to prove. Yeah, which is amazing.
I just wanted something that Larken said about how society would be so much better. I mean, it would be, but I think it's really important to recognize that statism is really good for the mentally ill. Right? It's a big deal. It's important, right?
I think you're right.
Like, I mean, if you're grandiose, like if you have mental illness, like you're narcissistic and grandiose, and you genuinely think you know how to organize a society of 300 million people, like that's in the future this will just be a mental illness. Yeah, this will be like insane, right? Then government is really good for you because it transforms you from the guy in the corner, with half a beard and a seagull coming out of his ear and, like waving one of his little books and spitting foam into the air. It transforms you to Barack Obama, right? So that's quite a transition. And so for the mentally ill, for the entitled, like there's a mental illness called entitlement, where you believe that you're just owed things because you're just so great, right? Yeah. Well, that's public sector unions, right? I mean, we don't actually produce anything that people want because it's disappointed again. Everything we build is crap and falls over 20 minutes later, and we spend most of our day smoking and leaning on signs. But damn it, we need $100,000 a year to retire at the age of 45, right? That is entitlement. And so if you're mentally ill, the government is great for you because you get to act out all of your bizarre, irrational fantasies on everyone else. So it's the mentally ill that we kind of have to challenge when it comes to getting rid of the state, because they do really well by it.
Right. The rest of us who have to live with their benefit.
Those of us who have to pay the bills for mental illness, yeah, it's not so much.
Right. You know, would you want them acting out in private?
Like make a video game for them. They pretend to rule the world.
Because maybe
we'll build them their own matrix where the government doesn't end and they just plug in there. You know?
I rule everything. I rule it all.
If someone like
their little tank, we hear some thumping from the outside.
But if Ted Bundy could have been elected senator or congressman, maybe he could have done his killing vicariously and would have saved what 35 private lives. So maybe there is a...
Yeah, but a lot of foreigners may have gone down.
That's true. What's interesting is how, some things are creeping into the mainstream. And there was something by the LA Times that we spoke about on the show, it was about a year or so ago. But the LA Times actually came out and finally realized what normal people like us realize, that politicians... that politicians are psychopaths. I mean, they did a whole story in the LA Times about this. I'm like, well, yeah, this is news? What didn't give it away? Vietnam, World War II, World War I, the whole Roman history? What? I mean, Mike, what, are you kidding me? You just got to this now? And then they look at us like, we're the nutcases.
They look at us and do what?
Like, oh, I thought it's the right side you couldn't.
What's really weird is the people, if you talk to them about politicians, they're all crooked, they're all liars, they're all, corrupt.
The system is rigged,
the system's rigged, it's all horrible. Well, how about if we don't let them run all of our lives? Well, no, you need somebody. Like, they acknowledge that they're not even average people.
Right.
They're psychos and liars and crooks and thieves, but hey, without them telling us what to do, it would be chaos. It's just so logically bizarre. It's like if they could actually fake out people into thinking that they're wiser than us and better than us, more moral than us, but nobody thinks that. Right?
No, but this is, again, to use my amateur psychological lingo, that's called codependency, right? Which is, we all know someone like this in our lives, maybe at some point or another. Oh, my husband is the worst. He drinks, he smacks me around, he's just terrible. He comes home and he's got women on his arm and all this, and then you're like, wow, you can just leave him. But I love him. Oh, I love him.
But you don't know him.
But this is the relationship people have with the government. They're all stinky crooks, and it's like, well, let's get rid of them. No, we need them.
Yes.
The battered citizen syndrome.
That's what they call it.
Yeah, that's right.
And I think a lot of it also is just abdication of personal responsibility. It's like if I give up X amount of my freedom and just throw some money at it, these people will take care of all these things that I don't have to deal with anymore.
Right.
Like building roads
like
and
we mentioned,
so on and so forth.
disassociation.
Right.
You have to insulate yourself from natural violence.
Yeah.
Right. And that's why when we talk about making it personal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And obeying is so much easier than judging. If you can convince yourself, and it's not hard because the tyrant's telling it to you every day, that if I just do as I'm told, I'm a good person. No more thought required for the rest of your whole stinking life. Just do what you're told. Yeah. You might be a Nazi, you might be murdering people.